Good afternoon, Raider Nation. I want to welcome you to Lady Raider Softball this warm afternoon. We'd like to thank you for joining us on the NFHS Network, powered by Play on Sports, brought to you by BCTV Red Raider Productions. All right, sorry about that. Answer a question there. As you can tell, we're getting things started here with a inside pitch. Strike one, as Harper is on the mound for the Lady Raiders. And as usual, we kind of get started right on time with our broadcast. Not much of an intro. I'll kind of do that as the game progresses. It's ball 1-1. Notice the score bug is not up just yet. I'm hoping one of my students, he thought he would be able to make it, didn't have to work, pop up to second base. Ball is squeezed by Sadie Adams. And I'll go around. Let me just go around the horn right now, and I'll discuss our production in a moment. Katie Johnson behind the plate for the Raiders. I've already mentioned Bree Harper, the junior, on the mound. Strozier at third. Johnson, that's AJ, at short. Big changeup high in the zone. Mentioned Sadie Adams already at second base, making the first out. And Clement at first with Hand and Olivia Screws in left field, and Zoe Hodges in center field, and Doodle Johnson, Atlanta, in right field. Ball low in the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, I don't have the score bug up. I'll try to keep you updated until we can get a producer up here, or I'll find out what's going on, but be more like true radio now. That means I'm going to have to say more, and I told myself last week more is less. I listened to some of the game from last week, and I just talk too much sometimes, so I want to try to limit that. Foul ball down that left field line. But my name is Brent Johnson. I'm the instructor at Bacon County High School in the Engineering and Technology Department. I teach the STEM pathway of engineering, along with duties as an advisor for TSA, which is Technology Student Association, as well as BCTV Red Raider Broadcasting, which is a student broadcasting program through the NFHS network. Ball is lifted foul. I want to thank our sponsors, and we'll see some commercials for them momentarily. Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply in Alma, Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales, as well as Family Vision Care. And we want a special thanks to Mr. David Hand Insurance Agency, I'm about messed up, State Farm. Ball is fired up the middle for a base hit with 1 out. That's State Farm Insurance. Mr. David Hand with the office in Waycross, Georgia. He's a homegrown boy, graduated with me actually, way back when. His daughter is a player. She's a pitcher for the Lady Raiders, and she'll be in the lineup with a bat. Not sure exactly what that discussion was about. 1 on, 1 out. One ball, no strikes. good pitch on that outside corner. I don't have a hard copy of the Vidalia Indian lineup. Poole was the first at bat. Johnson at at first base. And this ball is hit to Strozier. She fires to first. And I tell you, this young lady has done a fantastic job at third base. When she came in last year, I talked a little bit about it last week, and she filled in for Booth, who went down with an injury. Just played tremendous defense, and she's picked that up this season. She scoops just about everything. Runner advances to second, however, with 2 outs. That's going to bring Cook to the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. This ball is lifted into center field deep, but Zoe's going to camp underneath. Squeeze it for the 3rd out, and the Lady Raiders, no harm, no foul, as one is left on base. We're going to take a really quick break here between the top of the first and the bottom, and be back in just a moment here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play on Sports. All right, we're back here. If I catch my breath, I came up and had to do the lineups and play the national anthem and do a couple other housekeeping things before the game began. And, again, I'm still missing one of my producers here. I'm going to have to check on him. First of all, I want to make sure he's okay, but then he may have had to have gone into work and unable to get in touch with me. But either way, we'll make this thing happen. We might have to do it without a score bug. I'll just keep you updated. And I may put the score bug up and just keep the innings and the score updated. That'll be a whole lot easier. There's no way I could do balls and strikes. But I will definitely try to do that. All right, first pitch. Want to hit the Kamari takes one for the team. It's going to bring Zoe Hodges to the plate. And the Lady Raiders are 3-1. That was close back at first. A little confusion there. Lady Raiders are 3-1 on the season, 3-0 in region play. That's the most important thing. They were able to defeat dramatic fashion last week, the Jeff Davis Lady Jackets, a huge Region 2 victory. Then we went to Savannah, another attempted bunt. This is perfect. Everybody may be safe, and they are. Oh, Strozier rounds third. She is safe as the ball gets away. Runners at the corner. I like that pressure. I like that aggressiveness by KP, Coach Poff, in that situation. Again, at the corners with no outs, it's going to bring AJ to the plate with 4 home runs on the season. Base is empty with no outs. We'll see how they pitch to her here. But we went to Savannah on Tuesday for a doubleheader and just destroyed them, 29-0 and 16-1. And she pitches way inside, nearly hits Johnson on the thigh. His computer. Swing and a miss on a changeup. I asked him yesterday if he would be able, if he could come, and he's, I can't remember what he said. I mean, he didn't say he was coming, but it was positive, something positive. One ball, 2 strikes. Johnson with a chance to bust it open early here. And she lifts this one into shallow right field. Not deep enough to score a run. And she was trying to protect the plate there with 2 strikes. Ball just outside, high, unable to get all of it. That's going to bring Harper to the plate. Ball is a base hit up the middle. 1 run's in. 2 runs is going to try to score here, and the ball is thrown up the, as you see there, up the baseline. 2 runs score from a base hit by Bree Harper. She's helping herself as she is the pitcher of record. There we go. Update that score bug. Runner at first with only 1 out. Skylar Clement to the plate. Foul ball. First pitch there. Warm this afternoon, as it's been most evenings, and we're just crossing our fingers. 90 degrees currently. Feels like 115. Just hoping there's no weather will build. This ball is going to be popped up. Pitcher calls them off, makes the play. And Gracie Hand is going to come to the plate. I mentioned her dad a moment ago, David Hand. We want to thank him. You saw the slate between innings. David Hand Insurance Agency, a State Farm provider. A little late on the swing, foul ball. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the first, Raiders lead 2-0 early. And looking at Vidalia's record earlier this morning, and who they've played. They played and lost to South Effingham as their only loss. This ball is lifted, popped up again, infield. Should be caught, and it is. Squeezed for that 3rd out. I want to take just a moment here to, I've often been able to predict the future, which I kind of prophesy on occasion when some of our girls can hit home runs, but Sometimes I've been told I can be a little psychic as well, but I believe there is somebody out there in Raider Nation who is not a part of our physical community that is watching this afternoon and typically watches our broadcast. I'm thinking, I'm thinking they're from the Atlanta area. Now, not what you're thinking. This isn't Coach Poff's parents. Let me see. Yeah, I think more like in Brookhaven, Atlanta. That's where I'm thinking. And she's married, and I'm also seeing her best friend. Yep, her best friend likes watching the broadcast with her, but it's not her husband. It's actually her dog, Duke. Can you believe that? I want to thank sorry about that. I had some audio issues, and that messed me up right in the middle of that thing. I want to thank Kelly, our friend Stephanie here's sister that lives up in Brookhaven, Atlanta, for joining us. Your sister thought you would get a kick out of me playing around with that a little bit, but I want to thank you for joining us, and here you may be coming up in a couple weekends. Maybe we'll have the opportunity to meet. Just thank you for joining the Raider Nation on the NFHS network as we provide Lady Raider softball. Folks, I keep telling you, we have folks all over the state, all over the country watching our broadcasts. And let me get back to the game here. It's the leadoff walk by the Indians. And we're to the top of the second inning. 1 on, 1 out. Or excuse me, no outs. Inside corner for ball 1. Yeah, that audio issue just kind of messed up the whole vibe for what I was trying to do there. But again, I want to thank, double play ball. Almost an unassisted by A.J. And unfortunately, we do get the out at second, but the errant throw allows the runner to advance to second with 1 out. And one more thought about or insight about Kelly up near Atlanta. I want to congratulate you on your future baby. And I believe you're going to name him Jace. Runner's out at first. Runner advances to third. 2 outs. I got to get back focused on the game itself here. One ball, one strike. Again, 2 outs. This ball is hit to second base. It should end the inning without any problems, and it does. Runner left stranded for the Indians. No harm, no foul there. 2-0 as we head to the bottom half of the second. We're going to take a quick break and be back in just a moment. No, Stephanie, she told me that her sister watches this from Brookhaven, Atlanta. And so she gave me some information about her. Told me her husband's name, her dog's name, and she's pregnant, and she's going to have the first child they've been trying for years and years, and now they're able to do it. She told me, matter of fact, she told me what they're going to name the child, so I was laying it on thick there for her. So, oh, here she comes.
At Family Vision Care, we believe life is all about your vision. Family Vision Care is the leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Alma community, and we want to help you achieve and maintain a clear vision for years to come. Doctors James McQuaig and Blake Hutto and their staff provide award-winning eye care service for Southeast Georgia. With the newly constructed office filled with state-of-the-art equipment, they can diagnose and correct your vision with detailed accuracy. Visit www.fvcalma.com.
All right, we're back. Already got a pitch across. This is going to be strike one. Katie Johnson. Excuse me, this is Doodle at the plate. This ball is hammered down the left field line. Just a little outside there. This ball is lifted in the shallow right field. Could be trouble, but no, she's able to get back in time for the first out of the inning. I think I was right on that KD the first time. My numbers are wrong on my lineup. So now Doodle's up, and she's hustling down to first as she bunts it to the third baseman. Just a little too hard on the bunt. She's thrown out for the second out. That's going to bring Adams to the plate. And again, I always describe her. She really is more of a leadoff type, batting in the 9-hole. And she slaps at this one foul. One and one, 2 outs. Again, slap foul. 2-run lead early for our Lady Raiders. Again, 3-1 on the season. And I have to apologize. A couple times last week I was told that I said that our Lady Raiders were not the region champions, in which we were. I was tired last week and off my game a little bit. Ball high in the zone. 2s across the board now. And there's ball 4. She has drawn. Strozier comes up. First pitch of the game, she was beamed. Not a senior on the team. It's a good problem for Coach Poff, her staff. Big cut there on the inside pitch. I was thinking she was fixing to smoke that one. Right down the line, just underneath it. Ball high. Raiders they'll be patient against this pitcher. She hasn't got into a real true rhythm just yet. She's been a little erratic. She has again hit a couple batters and she pours that one right down the middle. But it's a little low. 3 balls, 1 strike. I'd make her throw me one. 2 in a row here. 2 outs. See if we can get to Hodges. Another ball low. Oh, called strike. That looked lower than the previous pitch. Evens it up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ball inside. I'm glad he didn't decide to ring her up. It was close. 2 on now for Hodges. And again, if she's patient, she might see something pretty good to hit right here. Maybe even this first pitch, as this pitcher's going to try to get something over the plate. And she does, but she pops it up. Shallow infield, squeezes for that 3rd out. Lady Raiders unable to capitalize on the 2 runners on with 2 outs. But we're going to head to the top of the 3rd. We're going to take another quick break on the NFHS Network. Be back in a moment. All right, here we go. Top of the third. I'll have to update my bug here. I'm going to try to do a better job of calling out these the Lady Indians. I just need to. I don't have a hard copy of them either. This ball is just past Kamara. May have jinxed her. As I was telling her, she just scoops up about everything. But that was a hard hit ball, and it just hugged the ground. And I think I was interrupted by a hit earlier when I was trying to say a little bit about this Indian team and what they've been able to do. And that was Reed with that base hit. Back to the top of the lineup with Poole. And she is the pitcher. They did beat Long County, and Long's pretty stout. So this group of girls, they got a lot of pride in Vidalia. They played for state championships 2 years in a row and were defeated both times. But it says a lot, number one, about our region. And that the last year that they competed for that state championship, there were 3 teams. This ball is hammered into right field. Doodle goes back, makes the play. What a catch. I'm sorry. Yes, that is. I just forgot Doodle was left-handed. That's a big out there. Over the shoulder catch there. She was jogging to her left. It's probably just out of the camera. Be another huge victory for the Raiders. Tack on another region win. This season we're playing everybody 3 times in region, which is unique. I don't ever remember that happening. If it was, it's way before we began broadcasting about 8 years ago. You cut back on your non-region schedule and you play each other 3 times, but I believe by doing that, there will not be a region tournament at the end of the season. I think that was the purpose. And this ball is hit hard to center. A diving play by Zoe, unable to haul it in, but we do get the ball in quickly. But the ball gets away and is going to allow a run to score. Heads up play there by the Indian coach. Tremendous effort by Hodges, just unable to, just completely laid out for the ball, unable to make the play, and the left fielder, Sadie, was there to back her up, throws it in. A little bit of a low throw, but it probably should have been stopped, scooped up. Would have prevented the run from scoring, but it's 2-1 with only 1 out, runner at second. Kraft at the plate. Ball is hit sharply to Strozier. Whoa, what a great scoop by Clement. And again, Strozier shows her ability there, as I said earlier. Fires a low one, a short hop to Clement. And man, what a play there. That could have been disastrous. We would have had a run in, and that runner could possibly have made it to third, depending on where that ball went. 2-1 still, 2 outs now. Runner at third. Cook to the plate. A change up high in the zone by Harper. again, want to congratulate Coach Poff on their region title last year. I want to thank her assistants, Caroline Taylor, Ray Stevens, and Mr. Tony King, being a part of our program. Oh, boy. Looks like we got some type of pitching issue, basically like a balk in baseball. I don't know. Looks like he's trying to describe how she was, maybe a ball something she was doing with the ball with her glove coming apart. A lot of times it has to do with their foot drag foot not staying down. But that's going to tie the ball game up. But at least he's out giving her an explanation, it appears. No argument from KP. Bases are cleared, 2 outs. 2-2 ball game. That's the most important thing there. And I need to update the score twice. Still in the top of the third. Good pitch on that outside corner. Look, a little angry there from Harper. And I'm sure she was upset. She's responsible for our 2 runs. And I'm sure she feels responsible for that last one. Another great pitch by Harper. She bears down here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. What a way to come back and finish that off. Big time for the young lady. Proud of her there for getting that last out. We're going to take a quick break. Be back in just a moment. And we're back. I want to thank Mr. David Hand and his agency, State Farm, for sponsoring us this year during the Lady Raider softball season. AJ is to the plate. Opportunity to break this tie with one swing of the bat. And she smokes it deep to left field. Look out, Cars. Well, I didn't really and truly predict that one or call it. I did admit she could give us the lead here with one swing of the bat, and that's what she does. I think that's her 5th, maybe 6th home run of the season. I don't have those stats in front of me. 3-0, Lady Raiders. I'm really surprised they even pitched to her. That ball was destroyed. She hit a ball here last week versus Jeff Davis. It was a line drive that just got over the fence in left center, just left center. That was smoked, but that ball there was towering. And it was about 30 or 35 feet the other side of the fence, just smoked it. It's going to bring Harper, and she chops one right up the middle. It's going to be trouble, and it's another base hit for Harper. She's 2 for 2 on the night. Clement to the plate. She popped up her last at bat. And another bunt. It's going to high throw, but she's able to keep her foot on the bag. But she does her job advancing the runner with a sack. It's going to bring up Gracie Hand. Ball is hit deep into center. Over her head. At least 2 for Gracie. A run's going to score. She just trots in. Nearly another home run as it drops just a few feet from the fence. Raiders tack on one more. And it's 4-2 here in the bottom of the third. With one out, Katie Johnson comes to the plate. And she's wearing number 9. This ball is chopped down the line. Foul ball. As the Raiders quickly get those 2 runs back, they gave up in the top of the third. Just a little too far off the plate there, 2-1. Looks like we got a possible. He's doing a pretty good job behind the plate. He's a little irritable, I'm assuming. It's probably hot out there. I think he's had a little conversation with one of our biggest fans. Sometimes the umpires, different ones, have different tolerances for different things. I know there's definitely certain things. I don't believe this fan would have said anything out of the way necessarily. Sometimes fans do, but sometimes you got to have a thick skin to be a referee or umpire. Ball is caught for the second out. And again, I don't know the situation, but I just rarely do you see an official walk over and speak directly to a fan. And I think they're actually taught not to. Typically, you call over the coach, or you get an administrator to kind of you explain, and they handle that situation. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third as the Raiders have tacked on 2. Ball low. Good crowd here for the Raider Nation as folks will continue to come in as they get off work. Same for the Vidalia Indians. Another ball inside. It's going to be a walk for Doodle, and she's got some speed. Adams will come to the plate with 2 outs again. Just about to finish our second week at the high school, and this is the best I have felt in the 2 weeks today. I don't think I yawned all day. I described last week that I think it's a bigger adjustment for the teachers and administration to come back maybe than the kids. But yeah, I felt really good today, if you were wondering. I felt my age the last 7 or 8 days. It's just catching up with me. Red Raider football will kick off the season, the regular season, tomorrow night. I'll explain more, talk a little bit more of that later. And there's a attempted bunt as it's fouled. Evens the count 1-1. 2 outs again. I apologize for not having base runners and outs and strikes on the score bug. It's difficult for me to do. It's hard. I have to stay focused on one thing at a time. That's why I can't run the camera either. I kind of widen it up so you can get the best view, sort of a close view with most of the field. This ball is slammed left. Oh, just what a tremendous play by their shortstop as it's off the glove of the third baseman. And the shortstop able to reap that, and she just jogs over and makes the out. So the inning ends. However, we were able to tack on those 2 runs. 4-2 Lady Raiders. Quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Family Vision Care, we believe life is all about your vision. Family Vision Care is the leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Alma community, and we want to help you achieve and maintain a clear vision for years to come. Doctors James McQuaig and Blake Hutto and their staff provide award-winning eye care service for Southeast Georgia. With the newly constructed office filled with state-of-the-art equipment, they can diagnose and correct your vision with detailed accuracy. Visit www.fvcalma.com.
All right, we're back. Top of the 4th inning. Let me update the bug. 4-2, most importantly. I tell you what, a night like tonight makes me really appreciate the kids that I have dedicated to this program and what we're able to accomplish. But these are teenagers, they're kids, they have other things they have to do at times, and things come up. I was able to speak with the young man. He is okay. He had another meeting he had to go to he forgot about. I couldn't ask for any better kids to support our program. Strike on that outside corner. She's just pouring it in on that outside as she struck out the last batter she faced. Swing and a miss up high. It's 2 strikeouts in a row. If you go back to the previous inning for Harper. Again, she's pitching a little angry. I think she's still upset. She got called for I guess they call it a balk in softball. I'm going to have to look that up or ask someone. When you make it's an illegal motion, either with your hands to your glove, or maybe sometimes they'll pick up that drag foot. But ultimately it's it's a balk in terms of baseball. Ball was hit down the line. I'm sure glad the Strozier didn't touch it. If she had, it could have been possibly called fair and been trouble. We'll give a shout out right now as one of our biggest fans is at home watching now. Miss Lisa Hughes has been part of our broadcasts for as long as I can remember, specifically on the NFHS network. She watches this a lot of times, folks. This ball is hit to AJ for the second out. Routine play there. A lot of times she comes to an event and she will watch us on her phone while she's there. And it is about a minute, sometimes anywhere between 30 seconds and a minute and a half behind due to the latency with the broadcast. So ultimately she can watch some really good replays. I want to thank Miss Hughes for being a part of our broadcast today. Foul ball. And it's subscribers like Ms. Hughes and many others that help provide the opportunity for us to do what we do on our broadcast, as well as participate in our Technology Student Association. It allows my kids to compete and gain valuable leadership skills around the state. This ball is hit to left field. And there's the routine out number 3, 4-2. That's what the Raiders needed right there as they regained the lead, 4-2, and kept the Vidalia Lady Indians from doing any further damage there in the top of the fourth. We'll go ahead to the bottom of the fourth with another quick break. We'll be back in just a moment on NFHS Network, brought to you by BCTV Red Raider Broadcasting. All right, we're back here in the bottom of the fourth, 4-2 lead, and I have officially arrived. My producer, manager, a little bit of everything, Mr. Johnny Kabigteen. Junior at Bacon County High School. I'm glad I got him one more year. He wishes he was a senior like everybody else. And everybody wishes they're a senior and graduate until they graduate. Then they wish they're back in school. And it's going to be Strozier to lead us off here. Top of the lineup for the Lady Raiders. She's going to take ball 1 high in the zone. Kamari has was hit by a pitch, and she walked her previous at bat. Ball is lifted out of play. Could be a headache for someone. Johnny, you missed the Gigantor home run that AJ hit the last inning. It's another one. Yeah, that's right. I think it's her 5th one on the season. I mean, it was towering. I mean, it was about as high as the lights, and it went about 30, maybe 40 feet over the fence. It was a monster. Playing in Savannah the other day, they were playing on an adult-sized field. It was about 300 feet, and the average-size field, girls softball, is between 180 and 220 feet. We didn't have any home runs over the fence, but we had multiple in-the-park home runs, which count as home runs in the stat book. Kamari staying alive here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see her straighten one out here. She's getting close. And she slaps this one to the right side. And that's a tough play by the second baseman. I'm giving her an infield hit there. If she had dove, she wouldn't have been able to make the play, but she was able to just get over to it just to stop the ball, basically. It's going to bring Hodges to the plate. Man, does she play hard. Out in center earlier, she just laid out for a ball, not quite able to get it. And there's a attempted bunt. Little small ball here, even with a 2-run lead. Zoe doesn't have a ton of power, but she has powers to the gap with that line drive ability. She can pop one over the fence once in a while. Ball high and outside. Again, number 3 Poole on the mound for the Vidalia. She just hasn't been able to get in a groove. And this ball is slammed into right field. Boy, I like to see it when they go the other way. And it was thrown off the plate just a little bit, and she got the meat of the barrel on it. 2 on now with no outs. Got to wonder what the coach will do here for Vidalia. Will she pitch, or will he pitch to Johnson here with an available base? It's just how dangerous she is. I can't imagine her. It'll be an accident if she gives her anything to hit. Ball inside. I think it was probably a strike. I'm not sure of the height of the ball. If there is a weakness in this young lady's game, she sometimes struggles hitting slower pitching, not so much a changeup, but just slower pitching. This ball is off the handlebars, and that's going to be the first out here. By A.J. This ball is hit to the third baseman. She's going to tag third. Oh, no. Double play there, as I believe that was Hodges. Probably should have slid there, but just a tremendous defensive play there by Vidalia, and we were unable to take advantage of runners on base with no outs there. So we're going to take another quick break and be back in just a moment. Swing and a miss there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 5th. We can get this 5th inning, or at least the top of the 5th in. It doesn't matter if we have a lightning delay or anything after that. It's an official game. Tutorial things. It goes into, does it have you go into the search engine and all that kind of stuff, or does it stay with the main stuff like forms and classroom and docs, slides, and email? Okay. So how many scenarios does it give you? 10, 15? Okay. And yeah, I got volume now. 1 out. Brings Reed to the plate. She had a base hit her last at bat. Having a little bit of trouble with my mixer. Apologize for the sound bumping in and out. Harper pitching a dandy thus far. Had a little couple hiccups in the top of the 3rd. Good looking pitch. Not dropping the hammer. A 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Maybe, yeah, I think that's it. This ball is line drive just out of reach of Aniston. Back to the top of the lineup with Reed. She had a fly out her last at bat. A little double play. Maybe she'll hit one up the middle here to Aniston. A little unassisted. Good pitch. The ball tailed away on that outside corner. Change up. Stays high. That's about the 3rd time she's thrown it. And all 3 have stayed high in the zone. Right back to Harper. She goes 2 to 1. Not in time. Great play there by Bree getting that lead runner. Now 2 outs with runner at first. Another good pitch. Beautiful. That little tail that takes it across the plate. Good velocity for Harper. I think she's picked up several miles per hour from last year. She struggled with some issues with her arm This ball is hit hard in the left field for a base hit. We need to nip this in the bud right here. Two on, 2 outs. Ball low inside in the zone for strike. Good pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Need to bear down here. This ball is slammed in the right as it tails. Oh, what a great play by Doodle. That is 2. That's even better than the first one. That's 2 great defensive plays by that young lady. 2 runs would probably have scored there. This game would have been tied if she had not made that play. What a defensive play by the young lady, and that was probably, man, I hope that was in the camera view, and I think it was. We're going to take another quick break here and be back in just a moment. Wow, that was game-saving. I mean, you just don't realize how tough a ball that was to catch. I think it was Taylor. Wow. She'll be pumped tomorrow. They can win this. She's fun. But yeah, it was funny. And Jimmy helped me because I've been thinking for 3 days trying to come up with a word with an acronym, something that wouldn't be too bad, but to let it know that I really don't like this, having to do it, you know. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. 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 This ball is sent deep into left field. Let's see if she climbs under it. She does for the first out of the inning. And Clement jumped all over that ball. Hand comes to the plate. Let's see if we can tack on a couple insurance runs here somehow. This ball was popped up to shallow infield, and it's out of play, not out of play, but foul. Unable to make the play. Gracie will have another opportunity. As Gracie doubled her last at bat, a towering shot to slightly left center. Swing and a miss on that inside corner. Strike 3. It's only like maybe the second strikeout for the Lady Raiders, if not the first. I don't see one on my stat sheet here. Katie Johnson comes up. Ground out her last at bat. She quickly one strike after the foul. Just off the plate for ball 1. 2 strikes, 2 outs. I want to thank David Hand, State Farm Insurance, being a part. There's a line drive over the shortstop for a base hit for Johnson. It's going to bring Johnson to the plate. Again, Mr. David Hand and State Farm Insurance agency out of Waycross, Georgia. Again, I said he's homegrown here in Alma-Bacon County. Two outs. Doodle squares the bunt, but she will likely swing away here. Ball 1. This ball is hit sharply to the first baseman. Everybody's going to be safe. We got one back there a couple innings ago. Ball ricocheted off of their third baseman, and the shortstop was able to make the play herself at third for the inning-ending out. And off the glove of the first baseman for us here, and we're down back to Sadie Adams. 2 outs, 2 on here. This ball is slapped to the shortstop for the third out of the inning. 4-2 as we head to the top of the 6th. Winding it down. Be back here in just a moment.
At Family Vision Care, we believe life is all about your vision. Family Vision Care is the leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Alma community, and we want to help you achieve and maintain a clear vision for years to come. Doctors James McQuaig and Blake Hutto and their staff provide award-winning eye care service for Southeast Georgia. With the newly constructed office filled with state-of-the-art equipment, they can diagnose and correct your vision with detailed accuracy. Visit www.fvcalma.com.
Top of the 6th. 2-run lead. Harper still on the mound, grinding it out. ball is hit hard again to right field. I don't think Doodle's going to be able to get to this one. It's off the fence. Zoe fires it into second base. Close play. Just a good hit there by the young lady. Leadoff double. Defensively, we did everything we were supposed to do. That was Cook with the double. That's going to bring Brown to the plate. No balls, one strike. She squares the bunt, and it's a good one. And we got to get to it. All right, the Raiders is going to have to settle down a little bit here. It was a good bunt. Not sure. It's going to be a tough play to get the batter at first either way. But now we have runners at second and third with no outs. Now here's an opportunity. Even though we were up 2, could put this runner on and be a force at any bag. But by doing that, you're putting the go-ahead run on base. So that may be a bad idea in this particular situation. Excuse me. But we're going to take a quick break along with KP here on the mound. We'll be back in just a moment. We are pitching to the young lady. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. That's the problem. She hammers this one down the line. This game's going to be tied. We just got to cut the damage. It's hot. I don't know. Maybe Harper's out of gas. But she's pitched very well up to this point, and that wasn't a bad pitch. It was inside. She just turned on it. 4-4. 8 hits by the Raiders, 9 by the Raiders and 8 by the Indians. Still no outs, runner in scoring position. Looks like we're going to get a pitching change here. His hand's going to come in. We're going to take another quick break and honor our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a moment. Again, Hen takes over on the mound. 4-4, no outs, runner at second. Runners in on the corners. Strike on that inside corner. They're trying to move the runner from second to third. And absolutely they'll give up an out because it would only be the first. And there's a bunt foul, which is big there for Gracie. Not sure now if she will attempt to bunt. You really need to get an out somehow here. Don't want to allow this young lady to get on base with still no outs. And this ball is going to be popped up out of play or to the backstop. Ball was hit right up the middle. Base hit. Could be trouble. Zoe comes up firing all the way home. Runners in scoring position again, second and third with no outs. Lady Raiders in trouble here. Trying to, unless something crazy happens, Vidalia has a really good chance of taking the lead here simply because of the logistics that we see. Runners at second and third with no outs. You got to have a pop-up or a strikeout. A certain type of ground ball a runner can score. Ball on that outside corner for a strike. Good pitch. Again, we really need a strikeout or a pop-up here. Just a little outside. High and outside. A walk here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, being there would be a force at every plate, including home. Strike, low and outside, and hearing complaints from the Vidalia side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss as she takes something off of it. That's what the doctor ordered. Now a little bit of pressure is off the defense. Just a little with 1 out. Runners at second and third. Defense is back. Normal depth. Really need a pop-up or strikeout. And there's a pass ball. And a runner's going to score. Runner advances to third. That was just, again, a pass ball. I don't know if she was crossed up, not unable to make the play there. 5-4. Vidalia takes the lead. Strike on that outside corner. It was a nice frame there by the young catcher. This ball is lifted into left field. Could be trouble. Oh, what a tremendous play. She makes the catch. Runner tags. I thought she left early, but I guess not. She tags and scores at 6-4 with 2 outs. Raiders will get 2 more at bats. And if I look correctly, we will make it back to the top of the lineup, either the bottom of the 6th or definitely bottom of the 7th. It's a good-looking pitch, high and tight. As this game has been back in 2. Vidalia scoring 4 runs here. Good looking pitch there. 3-2 though. This ball is lifted. Infield. Second baseman makes the call. Squeezes it for the 3rd out. Raiders got some work to do, but there's no doubt that they can get it done. We're going to take a quick break and be back in just a moment.
At Family Vision Care, we believe life is all about your vision. Family Vision Care is the leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Alma community, and we want to help you achieve and maintain a clear vision for years to come. Doctors James McQuaig and Blake Hutto and their staff provide award-winning eye care service for Southeast Georgia. With the newly constructed office filled with state-of-the-art equipment, they can diagnose and correct your vision with detailed accuracy. Visit www.fvcalma.com.
Bottom of the 6th. We are at the top of the lineup. Strozier. And she pops it up. Is it in play? It is not. With a down 2, we're going to have to take advantage of every at bat. Oh, my. What a great play by the shortstop. That was a base hit that was stolen by her. It was going to bring Hodges to the plate. Need base runners. Or at least one base runner to get on ahead of AJ here. And there it is. I don't think she can throw Hodges out. Not from that play. It's a great play by the shortstop. But okay, if you're back with us, I apologize for the technical delay. We had a freeze in the program. Not sure exactly what happened. It rarely does happen. Had to restart, which takes us off air. Sharply hit to short. Fired to first for the out. During that time, Vidalia has tacked on 2 more runs here in the top of the 7th. There were no outs. That was the first out. The young lady hit a home run, 2-run home run to extend their lead 8-4. Both teams with 10 hits. Strike on that outside corner by hand. The Raiders have put themselves in a little hole here. Going to have to make something happen in the latter part of the lineup. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Ball is popped up just on the apron. AJ comes over and makes the play. Off-speed pitch because Kamari retrieves and fires it to first. It was sort of a bang-bang play there, and the glove, I think the speed of the ball carried her glove into the runner and kind of knocked the ball out of her glove. Safe at first with 2 outs here. Another ball hit to Strozier. She fires to first for that 3rd out. Raiders definitely have some work to do now. Got to come up with a 4 spot here in the bottom of the 7th if we're going to at least extend this game, or 5 to go to the house. Otherwise, we are going to the house with a loss, only the first region loss, as we are 3-0. We're going to take one more quick break here, honor a sponsor or two, and be back in just a moment.
At Family Vision Care, we believe life is all about your vision. Family Vision Care is the leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Alma community, and we want to help you achieve and maintain a clear vision for years to come. Doctors James McQuaig and Blake Hutto and their staff provide award-winning eye care service for Southeast Georgia. With the newly constructed office filled with state-of-the-art equipment, they can diagnose and correct your vision with detailed accuracy. Visit www.fvcalma.com.
All right. Gracie's going to lead us off here. Bottom of the seventh. Again, you don't have to swing for the fence here. We need base runners and base hits. And there's base hit number one. And we probably need some mistakes by the defense. And by getting some base runners and base hits, that increases the pressure. If somehow we can get back to the top of the lineup, that means we've got some base runners, possibly a couple runs. Katie Johnson comes to the plate. She had a base hit her last at bat. Going to have a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Shanti Batten, I believe. Ball high in the zone by the freshman at bat. This ball is lifted into left field, but I believe it's going to be foul. And it was by about 6 feet. Sort of in that twilight period now where the lights are on, but they're not really affecting play just yet. It's it's a little dim out. Ball was inside, probably ball two if she had taken it. In a position like this, sometimes you try to overdo. High and away. Needed that ball to go to the net. Doodle is on deck. With Sadie Adams in the hole. Ball high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count, no outs. Runner at first. After the base hit by Hand, who has a courtesy runner. Got to think she's coming back inside here. And she does. Strike 3. First out of the inning. As Alana Johnson comes to the plate. And she lifts this one into center field, shallow. Oh, what a great play. They're going to double us up at first. Oh, with a better throw she would have. But you have to send them in that situation. 2 outs now, runner at first. Adams to the plate. I tell you, with the third baseman playing as far back as she is, I'm bunting here. No way if she gets it down the line at all. And if she gets it past the pitcher down that third base line, she's going to be safe at first. Down to our final out. She slaps it foul. 2 outs, 2 strikes, no balls. Eight runs off 10 hits for the Indians. 4 runs off 11 hits by the Raiders. This ball is lifted into shallow left field. Left center. Squeezed for the 3rd out of the inning, and the game is over, 8-4. Big victory by the Lady Indians coming here to our home field and defeating our red-hot Raiders. But who knows? They may have woken the sleeping giant here, which I think we can be. Not expecting to go undefeated, but every loss hurts and counts, especially in our region play. We want to congratulate both teams on a very well-played game, back in 2. It's just it didn't come out in the Red Raiders' favor tonight. I want to thank our subscribers, those of you that are watching live, those that will be watching this on demand. I want to thank our sponsors, Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply. I want to thank Mr. Andy Cawthon Auto Sales and Family Vision Care of Alma, as well as Mr. David Hand Insurance Agency, a State Farm provider. Want to thank Mr. Johnny Big Team for showing up here and helping us out with the broadcast. And I apologize for my shortcomings as a broadcaster. But I want to thank you again for joining us. And tomorrow night, we open the season Red Raider football here at home, as we'll be hosting Fitzgerald, the Purple Hurricanes. Yes, you heard me right. Fitzgerald, the Purple Hurricanes will be coming to town. And I encourage you to come out and support our Red Raiders. We will be broadcasting live if you cannot make it. And again, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. And on behalf of myself, Brent Johnson, and our BCTV Red Raider Broadcasting, I want to say good night and God bless.